Okay, here's the fence. It's not actually done yet, but that's what it will look like. And it will go all the way around to the other side. And this will be a little pen for them. But things are getting done little by little. I mean, I'm pretty slow with getting things done. Of course, I don't have all the finances I need for some of it, but... And so... yeah, I think it looks neat. But, I'm trying to get it all decorated. And we got some hats and stuff up, and there's the bar I shot. Shot that bar yesterday. Oh man, that was ferocious staring me down right there. And I got some chains, and he was still alive, and I tied him up. But caught a fox too. There's his tail. But anyway, it's a nice little place just to kind of sit down. And this will be a half wall. I mean, I'm going to put paneling along here, and I haven't finished the paneling around the other. There'll be paneling on the back side of this, and a table, what do you call it, a countertop. And I got to get the regulator for that stove, because the people that sold it to me didn't tell me I didn't have one. And look at this. We haven't got the comforter in the mail. That'll come in tomorrow. But that nice sheepskin rug I killed, skinned out yesterday. That's where I'll be sleeping. It's beautiful. It's awesome in here. It's always warm, even in the winter. When the sun comes out, it just keeps it nice and warm. And we got a little thermostat right here. Right now it's perfect temperature, 63. So, it's so cool. Yeah. Well, watch this, guys.
My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. In 1994, the World Population Summit in Cairo, Egypt, had 160 nations participate, where they all agreed that the human population was out of control and must be stopped because the world is running out of resources. An agreement was formed that would mandate the reduction of humans from 6 billion to 800 million by the year 2030. This meant finding a method or methods to about nearly 95% of the population. Solutions were discovered, investigated, tested, then created, and have been in full force since. The procedures have been inflicted onto the human race are as follows. 1. Toxic levels of chemically enhanced fluoride have been secretly added to our drinking water over the last 20 years in every city and community on the planet. I personally oversaw the delivery of fluoride barrels to Denver, Chicago, Tampa, and Minneapolis water departments. The adverse effects of fluoride poisoning to the human body are numerous and debilitating. The effects to children is damage to their neurological development, among other serious ailments. 2. Man-made viruses and diseases. The AIDS virus, which was a designer byproduct of the American Disease Institute, was distributed through vaccines to the public in 1980. Instituted as a preliminary population control tactic, the results were successful and led to more lab-produced viruses that have since been unleashed onto the public. Among those is the development of a mutated version of the to replicate the 1918 influenza pandemic that killed 40 million people. The first strain of this new virus will be released to the public in late 2017. So if we see a outbreak in the late 2017 or early 2018 that's killing people, we'll know this is true. Right. 3. Killing us from the air with neurotoxins, barium chloride, cancer microbes and viruses by way of chemtrails, released into the skies daily over all inhabited regions by military aircrafts. The effects of these toxins are severe and over time lethal, causing respiratory ailments, cancer, damage to the immune systems, and sterilization in men. Since the chemtrail plan was implemented, sperm count in men has dropped nearly 50%. If this isn't reversed soon, the human race will face early extinction.
Boy, look at that moon. All the berries. When I catch this moon before it gets too much higher in the sky, it looks like a full moon. I didn't know it was full. Gotta get beyond the trees. We're gonna get over there before it gets too far in the sky, too high in the sky. Maybe over here. Somebody was saying the other day that the proof that that is a disc and not a ball, for one, it's always facing towards us. And we don't know which way any of the other planets are facing because they're so far away we can't tell what face. But at least the only one we can see is the moon, and we can see it's always facing us. So, it could be a disc. Well, how do we know? They were saying if you took a ball, a sphere, put it in a dark room and shined a light from some source, there'd be a brighter spot in the middle, and it would have a shadow as it goes towards the outer. You'd see a decreasing light into shadows as you go around. If the sun was shining straight on, there should be some shadows around it, but it doesn't. It seems to be like a mirror, like a spotlight. And so some have thought it might just be an illuminated thing. I believe that it is still round. We can see that it's round when it's half moon or a crescent. But when it's bang on straight towards us, we don't see any shadows, because I think it is a luminous object. I don't think it's just reflecting. I think it's like a battery cable that's hooked up. The positive charge is the sun, but it's clicked on. It's like a light, like a heater. It's not as bright or as everything as the sun. It's not a source of, it's not the brightest voltage or whatever, but it is its own light, and that's, I think, proof. But it's pretty interesting, and that's as far as I can go. But it doesn't look to me like there's any shadows. And that is pretty much a full moon. I don't know if it is or not because I haven't looked at the calendar, but it's quite pretty. And it's so bright I can't see the little continents, which I think is fascinating. Almost looks like continents like on the Earth. But you can't see it now, it's so bright. It's got to get a little darker out. It's quite light still. I mean, it's getting dark, and I better start heading back because I don't want to be walking when it's pitch black. Of course, it won't be too black, I guess, if the sun or the moon is that bright. I don't know if it's actually coming up or going down, though. It's coming up. Oh, and you see the star of Venus. Look how bright that is. That's definitely not a star like we see way out there, but it's quite close. It's quite bright too, to be shining that bright. It's amazing. All right. You can't see this probably. The moonlight shining on the little puffballs. This camera has its own light. Let's walk over here and look at the sunset. It's not going to be a magnificent, brilliant one, but boy, I'm kind of in a thicket here. I gotta duck under these limbs. I didn't come this way. That's how I always get lost. We're going back in the right direction though, so we'll be okay. Well, I don't like getting lost in the dark. We took a walk. Just got done watching the fight with Fury and Ngannou. My chest was, I was stressy. Ngannou knocked Fury down third round. It was pretty scary. Fury won, but it was a close fight. Nobody really expected that at all. Okay, here we are. Let's go over here and see if we can take a look at this sunset. Before it goes away here. We don't have it high enough right here though to see much. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Uh-huh. Yeah. And that's all she wrote. Hi, Barry. Okay. Off we go.